Hello dear student children. Today we have with us Mr. Pavan Swaroop Reddy, who secured All India 5th rank with a civil engineering specialization in engineering service exam 2022. We are proud to say that he has taken a short-term course during his B.Tech and also interview guidance program with ACE Engineering Academy. So let us take some guidance which is useful for future aspirations of engineering service exam. Congratulations, Pavan. Tell us briefly about yourself.
Yes, sure, sir.
Sir, I completed my bachelor's in 2017 from NIT Surat, and sir, I also did my master's in structural engineering from IIT Kanpur. And sir, so I got placed in a company after my master's, and then currently I'm working in a US-based oil and gas company in Bangalore.
Okay. So, is it the first attempt or second attempt this year?
So this is my second attempt, sir.
Second attempt.
Yes, sir.
So, what difference in strategy you made with respect to the first attempt and second attempt?
Sir, my major difference was mainly in the way I prepared for prelims and as well as for interviews, sir.
For interview. Okay.
I always felt my mains performance was good. I just needed to improve 20-30 marks in mains, sir. But prelims is where I feel people should concentrate more these days, because prelims has become relatively easier and everyone are scoring many marks in prelims, sir, especially in civil engineering. Since 2020, 21, 22, paper 2 of prelims civil engineering has become relatively easier. So I think one needs to put good efforts in scoring maximum number of marks in objective civil engineering.
So in prelims you have the general studies paper, 10 topics. What is the preparation strategy you follow?
Sir, because we are engineers, I feel mathematics and aptitude should be given the highest priority. Out of the 20 questions that we get, we should be able to attempt nearly 16 to 18 questions. So 40 marks preparation is done, sir.
Almost over, yes.
Sir. And then, sir, comes relatively easier subjects for civil engineers, such as construction management and quality. So these two subjects are also relatively easier. They contain some amount of maths and they are a little logical in nature. So these subjects also can be answered relatively easily. And sir, next comes ethics. Sir, ethics also, I feel it is relatively easier compared to ICT or material science. So one also needs to at least read the ethics books that we get. At least once or twice, if you read and attempt at least 2 test series in ethics, you can easily score 8 questions correctly out of 10 questions. Sir.
Yes, correct. That we have studied ethics in our B.Tech as one of the subject. Okay, what about the current affairs part?
So for current affairs, sir, I only studied from the yearly current affairs PDF that is released by our institute. I did not invest much time in my current affairs preparation, sir, because the return on investment I felt was not proportional or beneficial to me. So I gave a relatively lesser amount of importance to it compared to the other 9 subjects.
How many marks you scored in general studies paper?
So this year I scored 93 marks. Sir.
Reasonably good compared to others. Okay. Coming to the technical paper of prelims, you have 150 questions, 300 marks. So what was your preparation strategy? Before the exam, during the exam?
So before the exam, my structure subject was relatively good because my master's also I did in it. So the 4 structure subject I was prepared. So sir, but we also get a lot of questions from the paper, the non-structures portion of the subject. And sir, especially subjects like building materials and environment, these subjects have a little bit objective theory based questions.
Yes.
if you can solve these 30 questions within say 10 minutes time, that will give us or save us 10 more minutes of time which we can invest in some other questions.
Lengthy numerical questions.
So my suggestion is do not ignore building materials and subjects like that. You only need to you'll be saving a lot of time if you can answer those questions easily in the exam.
Good strategy. So easy topics, you should catch hold of them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. How many marks you secured in the prelims technical paper?
Sir, I secured 180 marks, sir.
180. Good, good. So with respect to numerical questions, calculator not allowed in prelims. So how you could solve the numerical questions?
Sir, yes, sir. So once a person reads a question, sir, we can easily gauge if this question will take more than 2 minutes, if it's numerical or not, sir. So, sir, if I felt that it will take more than 3 minutes for me to solve by hand, I used to cross those questions off, sir.
See you later.
Yes, sir, if time permits.
Time permits.
Yes, sir. So such questions are 15 to 20 in out of the 150 questions, sir.
Correct.
So I think it's okay to leave those questions and concentrate on the easier questions.
So no ego. Arey, this is my favorite subject. Yes. I should not leave.
I had that problem previously, sir, but this year I rectified that.
So finally, how many marks you will get? That's all.
Yes,
that's all. Which question you have attempted is unimportant for us. Very good. So after prelims, I think you are hopeful of clearing the prelims.
Yes,
okay. So what is the preparation strategy you followed for mains, particularly with respect to QCAB, question come answer booklet?
Sir, for getting acclimatized to the format of QCAB.
QCAB.
So, sir, our institute conducts mock test series, mains test series. So, sir, you can give it online as well. Now we have the facility of giving that question online.
Correct.
So, giving that and getting the practice is more than enough, sir, to handle the problem that QCAB gives us.
So, in paper 1 means how many marks you got and paper 2 how many?
Sir, paper 1 I got 175 and paper 2 I got 225, sir.
Good score. But generally, civil engineers, what they say in paper 1, sir, structural engineering papers we can answer, but they take more time.
Yes, sir.
So I don't advise like that. Some students are saying, some toppers are saying. What was your opinion with respect to structures questions in mains?
So structures questions, when we come to the paper 1, the structural engineering part of the paper 1. So I feel we need to pick those questions which can be solved in the less amount of time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, sir, for example, if a question is X marks, we need to take less than X amount of minutes to solve it. For ideally, it should be X by 2 minutes. If you can solve it, we can get to that point, sir, if we practice a lot during the preparation stage.
Even I had some bitter experience when I wrote, suppose there is a question related to slope deflection method. Sometimes they're very lengthy in nature, but they carry very less marks. So better to ignore such things. Okay. So in paper 1, how many marks you got?
175, sir.
175, yes. And 220 plus in paper 2. So in paper 2, what are your favorite subjects?
So geotech
standard.
Standard. It's a scoring subject, sir. And then we have surveying.
Okay.
These are relatively scoring. Hydrology.
Transportation?
Transportation as well, sir.
Yes.
Transportation is a little tricky in terms of theoretical questions, but the numerical questions
little bit easy. Yes. See, there are few topics like tunnels, harbors, even railways, like that. Have you prepared for those topics also?
Yes, sir. I've prepared for those topics as well. So what I've done, sir, is I've taken all the from those questions from those chapters. We only usually get theory questions, sir.
Okay,
tunnelings. So, sir, I only read theory questions.
Standard questions.
Yes, sir. Standard questions.
You know, this airports also you studied?
Yes, sir. I've studied. So, my belief is one should not ignore any topic from mains, and we can easily cover all the topics.
Selective theoretical questions, I think. Okay, very good. So after writing the mains, I think you are quite confident.
Yes, sir.
So then, what was your preparation strategy for interview? You told that already you attended in 2021, 22. What change in strategy of preparation you brought in?
Sir, I prepared more in terms of the way I was presenting my answers, sir. So, sir, every day I used to record for 15 minutes. I used to read a question from our interview booklets, and then I used to give my own answer, and then again used to listen to the answers that I've given. Then I used to think where I could have improved, where I could have given a little more explanation. So in that way, sir, I kind of tweaked my my speaking skills, communication skills
And presentation
skills, sir. So I think it helped me a lot in getting 160 marks.
You got 160. It's one of the, I think, one of the highest scores in the history of engineering service exam. So how much time your interview lasted?
So my interview lasted for about 25 to 30 minutes, sir.
25. Could you answer every question?
So not every question, sir. The last board member started asking little factual questions from my master's subject that I did in my master's, structural engineering. So he asked questions such as, in Taipei you have tuned mass dampener in a very big building. What is its weight? And what percentage of the entire building's weight should usually the tuned mass TDM's mass be?
Okay.
So some factual questions I was asked, sir, which I could not answer properly.
Okay.
But other than that, I answered remaining all 3 board members.
Any questions related to current affairs?
No, sir. I was not asked any questions related to current affairs or my hobbies. I was only asked on my job profile, what work I was doing, and the reasons why I wanted to appear for engineering service, and how is my job.
Any question on your MTech project work or MTech subjects like that?
Yes, sir. I was asked questions on structural dynamics and earthquake engineering, sir.
Because you studied those subjects in MTech. Any questions related to your IITs, your NIT, Suratkal? Any questions?
No, sir. I was not asked.
Not asked.
Yes,
Anyway, Pavanji, you have done very well. What is your suggestion to juniors? My question is, shall they start during their BTech? If so, second year or third year or final year? In which year? Your suggestion?
So, if one is really passionate about clearing engineering service and then serve our country, I believe from third semester itself, one can start preparation, sir.
Very good.
For example, if they have subjects like structural analysis or strength of materials, as soon as they listen to the classes that the professors teach, we can subscribe to the online test series of our coaching institute and then start giving the tests and then identify where we are lacking and then make notes out of it. I think, sir, this preparation is more than enough to crack.
I think it becomes quite easy also for the student. Yes. So because along with university syllabus, he can extend by delta X. So that will save a lot of time and he can crack in the very first attempt. Yes. So as many of you know, if any guy gets in the first attempt, say just after BTech completion, he will have a bright future. He will become the chief of that particular department, say what I believe. So it's not just getting the job, but getting the job in the right time or the first attempt. So as Pavan told, it is better if you start early, maybe second year or worst case third year. Generally for engineering services, second year is best option because generally prelims when it will be there soon after the gate exam. So in the final year you don't find much time. If you are so serious about engineering services, prefer at least third year. That's all. Okay. So how many hours, actually I forgot to ask you one question, you are working. At the same time you prepared for engineering services. So how many additional hours you used to fetch from your daily routine?
Sir, during the weekdays when I have to attend to my duties of my job, I used to get around 4 hours. I used to dedicate 4 hours. And sir, in the weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, I used to dedicate 6 to 8 hours for my preparation.
What about social media? WhatsApp, Facebook, Insta, Pinterest, Twitter.
Sir, I only had WhatsApp since beginning. I never showed any interest in.
Whether you used to use the phones for more time, what may be the screen time of you? Apart from office work, personal, friends, etc. What may be the screen time of you during preparation?
So whenever I was preparing, I used to keep my phone locked in my drawer.
Excellent.
And so whenever I was not preparing, it was my normal life.
Very good. See, one of the best thing the students who are preparing for competitive exam, to the extent possible, they should be away from these particular smartphones, social media. Of course, they have to use related to their preparation. That's all. Nothing more than that. See, even I discussed with a number of toppers what they say. Sir, for at least last 6 months, we could control ourselves. We kept the smartphone almost away. Almost, they said. So, because there you can fetch at least 2-3 hours extra time for a preparation.
Sir, I have one small suggestion for that. Employing willpower every day might be a little difficult. So if you convince yourself why you need to keep your phone away, I think that will reduce our burden on our willpower. So, sir, there's a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. He's an Deep Work. So he's an MIT professor, and he talks about the importance of focus. Even in 1 hour, you can do the work that you might be doing in 3 hours.
Okay.
So I suggest that book, sir. If you read that book, you'll really get convinced, and your dependence on your willpower every day will decrease, and I think that will fetch you more efficiency in your work.
And how many books, personality development books you have studied so far?
So for this preparation, these 2 books, there are 2 books by Cal Newport. So out of my passion for reading,
Very good. Very good, Pavanji. So your preparation strategies and suggestions will definitely help the future aspirations of engineering service exam. So convey our regards to your parents also. Congratulations once again. Thank you. All the best. God bless you.